with a northwest wind at 10 to 15. That will promote wind chill values well below zero for much of the day. Tonight, a low of around 5 as warmer air tries to move in, and we will be slightly warmer tomorrow with a high of 23. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios. Here is your host, Derek Pearson. Presented by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Thank you for joining, everybody. Greatly appreciate it. 402-464-5685. Text line is open. Hit me with a what's up, DP. Hit me with a what's up, Rico. And we'll get into the conversation. Lots to do. You can call in the Honda Lincoln Hotline if you want. Today's a good day for it. You can call in and give your opinions. Dave, we apologize for not getting to you earlier. We were trying to catch Jay while he was hot, so we let him go through. But yeah, the Honda Lincoln Hotline is open for you guys. The Sartor Hamann text line is there, and the live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Let's get through some headlines, and then we'll get into some meat and potatoes. The Antonio Brown thing, where his attorney makes the statement yesterday that the Bucs tried to force him to play, that he took a pain injection and still didn't feel comfortable in playing. There have been some different angles to the story. Of course, there's one side, the other side, and then probably somewhere in the middle is where what actually happened. But my goodness gracious, Antonio Brown put some popcorn on the table. Like look, nibble on this, y'all. That I knew I couldn't play. I told my coach I couldn't play, and the coach cut me. I didn't quit. Coach cut me. So we can get into that a little bit, and then there is the story of Adrian Hutchinson committing and declaring for the draft, and there are folks who are speculating him as number one.
The look on your face every time you say that is hilarious.
Look, I get. So the NBA, the NFL is cyclical in its thought process for drafts, talent evaluations, those sort of things. And in this particular case, this is one where the recent history was Bosa, Young, right? So, and when those things happened, those teams all had pretty good years the next year with those players defensively, which I get. I understand.
Those pass rushers turned what they did in college and kept it going in the NFL to a certain extent.
Right. Copycat league. Okay. Copy success. We're going to go through and do this. I'm just not sure that based on the other talent that's available, that he's the guy I would take first.
Well, there's that, and the fact that those pass rushers that you listed off looked different than Aiden did in college. Like they were, like Aiden was good. Aiden was really good. He was a very solid pass rusher. He did some really good things, but those guys were dominant. Like Aiden had a dude on the other side, and so those guys had, some other guys on the other sides, but like Chase Young it was one man wrecking crew.
Yeah, I
Joey Bosa, one man wrecking crew.
Well, they had each other. Like there was a line like that. You talk about talent in a room. Well, imagine.
Well, Chase Young had to wait his turn behind the Bosa.
Well, that part, right? So that you learn that people are going to play. So you got Bosa, but in that room, like imagine you're a right tackle at Ohio State, and you're the number 3 tackle, and you got to line up against Bosa and Chase Young.
Number 1 has Bosa, right. Number 2 has Bosa, number 3 has Young.
Yeah, so
that's just not fair,
right? Like, but that's how championships are won.
Oh yeah,
and I'm just not sure that's what Hutchinson brings to the table. I mean, there are people that project him as number 1. That's mind blowing because is he the best defender? Is he the best player?
Well, the best defender can't come out yet.
Well, but again, we know where it is, right? We know what that is. So there's that story that kind of leads. I also found it interesting last night that Dirk Nowitzki got his flowers last night in Dallas.
I loved it.
And I love the statue that they put together. fadeaway Dirk, right? Step back.
It's
Dirk.
I mean it's there literally could not have been another statue of Dirk unless it was him walking into the arena with the leftovers that his wife made for him with the tinfoil cover.
Right. Like it was pretty amazing.
It's those two things. It's either fadeaway or him with his leftovers.
Yeah, like get to work, man. It was just pretty amazing to have it there. So, but I did want to spend some time talking about it and a couple of things in play. Men's basketball and their performance last night. Men's college football here with the Huskers and what's going on within the program. Them trying to fill positions, whether it be coaching positions, player positions. I feel bad for the fan base. Like that's my frustration is that we get to hear from a fan base on a regular basis that is trying to determine, one, how they feel about the program, right? Like, are we in? Are we out? How are we going to deal with this? We want to be excited, but you won't let us because decisions can't be made, won't be made. There are folks who are trying to, and these are tough times. So there are people trying to figure out, look, am I going to put my money into the program? Like, am I going to renew tickets? So from the text line, let me know, would you or will you renew your tickets for next year? Are you excited about next year for football? So let's take that temperature. Are you excited? Are you patient? Are you indifferent? Are you frustrated? In a word, how do you feel about the football program? So, Rico, I'll ask you first. What's the word that comes to mind when you think of where you stand with the football team?
Right now, careful. Like I'm being careful with how excited I get or how down I get with the football program because there were some massive changes, some very important changes made. And it seems as if they are moving in a different direction, hopefully a better direction than where they were. But, you still have some coaching vacancies to fill. You still have, the main part of your offense to either fill or, come out and say that the people that you currently have are the ones you're going to be rolling with and give us some type of confidence in why that is a reason. So right now I'm being careful, but give me about 3 months and I'll probably be excited. Like my thing is I want to know kind of what you're asking, where people are and how they're feeling, but I want to know what change or what thing that this program can do will get you not, back to the level of excited, but just back to the level of being interested in this upcoming season again and not already counting them out and saying, well, I guess they have to prove everything to me. Just being like slightly excited and just like, okay, I think maybe this could be a good year. Not saying, they're going to win, 10 games, but just, this is going to be a good year.
Well, I tend to stay away from how many games a team's going to win.
Yeah.
Because we know, like, quite frankly, we don't know. Like, even when we think we know, we don't know. And there's so many variables in play. Like, we don't know how this thing's going to line up.
We don't know who's going to get through, spring ball and fall ball and summer camps and everything. Like somebody, hopefully it doesn't, but somebody could get hurt. Somebody important could get hurt, and that would throw a wrench into everything.
Like, dude, we don't know if we have depth because we we don't know what the front line is. We don't know what the expectation can be because we don't know what systems are in play.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We don't even know who's leading some of the rooms. And in the most important space, we can talk about it whatever way we want to talk about it, but special teams is important. And yes, you have a coach now, or at least we think there's a coach.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have to tell me what the protocol and what the practice is. Like, does it become a focus for this team? Like, are you going to practice it every day at the top level and top priority? Like, that's That's a question, and we don't have that answer. So on from the text line, Tater says hopelessness. I'm not saying don't have hope.
Be hopeful.
No. I'm asking how he feels. And this is how he feels. Scott says, "What's up? What's up, Scott? I don't have season tickets, but would love them if anyone is giving them away." Well, there's that. And again, you hit me with a what's up. Like, say hi. Like, I'd like for you guys to say it. I did not renew my season tickets. I'm starting to feel apathetic. I've lost all faith in our head coach. It's BJ in Wichita. Gabe says this: I was hoping this would be a year where we would win 8 or 9 games. We had a defense that was improving and a veteran offense with a veteran quarterback and plenty of weapons. After seeing the product on the field and listening to Rashawn and Sheldon and Octavius and Jay, I realize we are fooling ourselves. It's going to be a while to rebuild this program even close to what it used to be. I will still root for them next year, but we will be lucky to go 500 again unless the offensive line improves and we start getting an attitude and act like we want to smash people in the mouth. Also from the text line, what's up, guys? Get a quarterback like Casey Thompson, I'll get excited. Beat Northwestern, I'll get real excited. Schedule should do the rest from there for the next 6 to 7 weeks to build the spark to the program if we can finish next year's schedule. Is it cheap? But I'll take it. And then Tater says this: I feel like we deserve better as fans. That part. Like if this is the engine that moves the state, right? This is the thing. Like all of the train cars are attached to Nebraska football. And it affects the community.
Yes.
Right? How business is being done affects the community. So then there has to be some temperature taking by the athletic program over what the fan base wants and needs. And if you love the fans, one, you give them transparency and you give them access. But two, that you're active in a way that suits and meets the standard of what you say you feel about the program, about your fan base. Right? We were looking around and we're watching name, image, and likeness deals being sprung up and about all over the country, where local businesses are throwing money behind football programs so that they can, one, acquire the players that they feel like they want, and then two, take care of the players from the program from the bottom up. Is that happening here?
I think so. I mean, they have a $6 million NIL pool, so I would think that
what does that mean?
I don't know what it means.
Right.
Honestly, I really don't. Like Texas has like a $10 million. I don't know if that's just businesses giving money to the university and saying give this to players when they make deals. Or I have no idea how that works.
How the deals are done.
Yeah.
Who's going to facilitate these things? What's the distribution pool?
Mm-hmm.
What percentage goes to who? Where? When? How? And why? Like there's so many questions within the program that some of it can be disclosed pretty easily, right? Pretty easily. I'm not trying to set the temperature. I'm only trying to know the temperature of the room, right? Mm-hmm. What fans want, how they feel, because that's kind of what this is, like to know what folks are feeling. Todd says, what's up, DP? What's up, Todd? My word for Husker football is frustrated. I'm teetering on indifferent. But here's what sucks. I'm 44. I was at the university in the glory days in the mid-'90s. I was at the 95 championship game. In my mind, Nebraska should be great. My kids have never known Nebraska being good at football. I'll put on a game, and they're like, why are you watching? They're just going to lose. And they're usually not wrong.
Ouch.
Right? That's why I wanted to have this in play. Like, I wanted to hear what this is. And we talk about the players don't know what it's like to practice in January, right? In December, late December. They don't know the sacrifice of, okay, I got to put my Christmas plans on hold, sort of, so that I can keep getting this work in. Mm-hmm. Like, and then having a meaningful game. And the fan base who likes to rally around it doesn't have an event to go to. Like, bowl games are an event, like an opportunity for the fan base to come together, to be proud. Nothing moves money like unity. Mm-hmm. Right. So You missed the 4 weeks of bowl prep and booster prep. It's also the 4 weeks where the fan base gets to be positive about the program.
You get to plan your travel plans. You get to be like, oh man, we're gonna go hang out on a beach with a bunch of other Nebraska fans.
Right, you'll see the colors, you'll see the Big Red N, you'll see right the Go Big Red chants.
You get to yell "Go Big Red" on an airplane, and everybody responds because they're all Husker fans.
Or in a new town that you haven't been to, and then people respond.
And the new town loves it because there's so many Husker fans. Like all the small businesses are getting so much traction.
Right, so that thing isn't in play, and then that if that's the case with the fan base, if that's the case with the community, where the younger people in the community don't know it, respect it, or love it, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's that. Back to the text line. Joe says, as once a fan, always a fan. Not going to bail because of 20-year slump. What goes up must come down. Wish there was more transparency and development of players for sure, but I still bleed red, so I'll keep my tickets. Yeah, so that, right? Be a fan. Be committed to it. Be faithful to it. But the accountability should still be there. Like, I'm a Washington fan. So we went through a run where we were pretty good, right?
You were up here.
We were up here. And now it's a dumpster fire. Even after winning the division title a year ago, right? Nebraska doesn't even have that.
No.
Like, imagine at least if Nebraska had won the West at 7-6 or 7-5.
That would have been cool.
Right? Like, okay, to accept that. So that gave me a little oxygen.
A small spark of a fire.
Right? And then say we're going to make changes in the programs to make sure that we don't repeat the nonsense that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
But then I see the frustration of Washington fans. Like, well, what's the delay? Like, why is there a delay? And there's always a reason why there's a delay. You need to know that. You need to know what that reason is.
Yeah.
And if I'm in the football program, it's got to be really hard to fan fires of enthusiasm right now. Like, you can't. What is there? What thing, like Mickey Joseph, gives you reason to be excited?
Mickey Joseph was big.
Like that's a big thing. We can get excited because we can see what he does with receivers, and we can see the receivers here that may exist and thrive in what he's done in the past. Mark Whipple, reason to be excited.
Very recent success.
Right, recent success.
Lots of a very long list of also success and just places he's been.
But are we allowed to spread our wings and fully flap because we don't know who his angel's going to be? Like, we don't know.
Our wings are still taped down.
Right? It's like, we see it, but we're not really allowed to.
The window's right there, but I wouldn't jump out of it just yet.
Right. So that's kind of what that is. So are we excited about the defense?
There's reason to be excited because of the recent success that they had.
But the people that everybody was excited about, are gone.
There's that part. But the defensive coaches do a really good job of presenting their players in just more in the light and telling you more about them and showing you them and what they can do. So on the defensive side of things, you have a little bit more faith in some of the guys that are replacing those guys.
But how many returning starters are there on defense?
One in the defensive backfield, all but one of the linebackers.
Okay.
And
4.
The defensive line is complicated because I don't know how they start the defensive line.
They're not starters.
Because if you say starters, it was Stille and D Boogie. They're gone, but also Ty Robinson played a lot. Casey Rogers played a lot.
Keep it simple.
We'll just go starters. So none. So all of your linebackers, but
4
one.
starters on 4, right? 4 starters returning on defense.
Yes.
So are we excited about the defense?
I am.
Okay.
Other people cannot be, but I am based on what I've seen from the guys that backed up those starters.
Okay. All right.
but I understand why you wouldn't be. Like I totally get that.
Okay.
Saying you only have 4 starters returning does sound very daunting.
It's the Big Ten.
It's very terrifying.
It's the Big Ten.
Well, I mean, you could look at the offense as well. I mean, first off, you don't have a quarterback, but how many starters do you have on the offense?
Hey, whatever. We don't need a quarterback.
Okay, so on the
We
offense,
don't need a quarterback.
on the offense,
We're just going to turn around and hand it to, who are we going to turn around and hand
well,
it
your
to?
starter
Who's your
was
starter?
hurt. Your starter was hurt. Gabe Irvin.
Who's your starter?
Gabe Irvin, but he's
Who's
hurt.
your starter?
It's Gabe Irvin.
Who's your starter now?
Ramir Johnson. No, I got you. Ramir Johnson. There we go. Problem solved. No, we got running back
Who's
starters.
starting at receiver?
Omar, Xavier, Oliver? Question mark? Travis Vokalek,
and
Fedoni, coming off of a torn
you
ACL.
really just go give it to him. You just
Coming off of a torn ACL.
you just gonna.
I mean, look, hey, look. Who else is there?
But this fan base, you get my point that the fan base would, to me, like even as having as little skin in the game as I do.
Are you Chancellor Brewington? Look, hey,
Yeah,
at
but we
least
can
he's-
only run one play with him, though.
Hey, but it works.
Okay, for how long? Yeah, you're funny.
He's gonna come and he's gonna hit somebody.
Oh,
So you've got that going for him.
man. Back to the text line. What up, Dusty? I will watch the games when I can, but I will not arrange my schedule around them anymore until the team shows me they care as much about Nebraska football as I did for my entire life. Valid. Like you said, as coaches, as fans, we cannot want this program to win more than they do, and I don't think that that's the case. But it's not that obvious. Like it's not that like you.
No.
I believe they want to win, and I believe it's important to them. I'm just not sure it matches the fan base's fanaticism. So, Claytonia John, what's up, man? DP, what do you want the new name for the Washington football team to be? I'm okay with football team. I'm okay with football club.
It's grown on me.
Yeah, I'm like I'm okay with it. I don't want it to be what it was. And I'm not sure I'm going to be bothered by whatever it is because I'm a Washington fan. Just like Nebraska football, I know the value of what a winning Washington football franchise does for that community. I love how it unites them. I love how it makes things move. It is a great GPS for folks to get a reason to get together and to be positive together. But this is the craziness. So whatever it's called, I'm going to be okay with. The colors aren't changing. We've been told that and shown that they'll
That's
be
good.
burgundy and gold. So that's what that is, right? That I'm rooting for the city. The team is just the vehicle. So that's just me. Tyler says, I love the Husker talk, but every single show now is so damn negative. It's annoying. You blame the fans for being crazy and negative, but that is all the station has turned into. I don't know what that, I don't understand that text.
I don't either.
Whenever we blamed the fans for being crazy, I don't quite get that one. But the station, and to say that the station has turned into Huskers talking about the great memories and the great standards of so Tyler, I'm not sure I get what you're saying.
And me and Nick aren't negative. We're very excited about everything.
Well,
Actually, to a fault.
Well, so I mean, but yeah, like people get mad at me when
It's really
I say
a problem. Actually, we get
right.
we actually get told that we're being too positive.
Right,
sometimes.
like well, it's Kool-Aid, and it like.
Look, I mean, I get excited. I just told you I'm excited about the defense. They have 4 returning starters, and I'm excited about about the defense. What do you want from me?
Yeah, but every single show doesn't talk about it. As a matter of fact, that's why days I don't talk about it, because you get 15, 16 hours a day. Now, mind you, we're not making the news, we're reporting it. So if the teams are doing well, when the girls did well, look, the radio station was on fire. was amazing. When women's volleyball went to the championship game, it was on fire. But if you have to talk about Nebraska football and basketball on the boys' side, exactly how warm and fuzzy should you be?
It's kind of hard to be positive when you keep losing.
Right? Like, so I don't know what side of this thing you want us to be on, but that's okay. Yeah, Corey says I actually like the football team name. It's ironic. It's original, right? And you still got the fire uniform. Yep, I agree.
I thought it was funny at first.
Yeah,
and then I was like, you know what? It's funny, but it's good.
This is so funny. So again, we'll go through. Like,
go ahead.
Sometimes it comes to this that I get there's certain listeners that get mad at me personally. So whatever I do, they're going to have issue with, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. But I have the microphone, so that's quite. I'm sorry. Well, no, to cover the basketball program and say that it's all Skittles and rainbows, that doesn't happen here. So you can like the players, you can like the coaches, but you can also say that being 6-9 isn't good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Being 3-9 isn't good enough. Those are all statements of truth. I'm giving people voice and saying, hey, tell me how you feel about the programs. You're telling me how you feel about me. I asked you about the program. So you had an opportunity to tell me about the program, and you spent time.
You are the program, damn it.
Yeah, no, I am not. No, I am not. That's crazy. All right, we'll throw the break. We'll come back. More one-on-one when we return.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Beatrice Bakery has been serving Nebraska with one-of-a-kind Grandma's Fruitcake since 1964. You already know that, but did you know they offer way more than that? You've got to try their line of liqueur cakes, like the strawberry daiquiri cake or the vanilla rum cake. Or what about their breakfast breads, the banana nut bread, or their various streusel coffee cakes? Whatever the occasion, Beatrice Bakery has something for you. Oh yeah, and Grandma's Fruitcake? It's still pretty darn good. Beatrice Bakery, located in downtown Beatrice, or always online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill has been your go-to in South Lincoln for years, and their second location in downtown Lincoln is now open. Rosie's downtown spot is Lincoln's premier Nebraska party bar with the Sidetrack Band every Friday night of home games and all day for Nebraska home football games. With 34 TVs that are 65 inches or bigger, you'll always have a great view for all the games. Make sure to check out the new Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, now open in downtown Lincoln at 10th and P.
If you're struggling to get motivated to work out, you're not alone, and Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is here to help. Build muscle, burn fat, and lose weight with Farrell's 10-week challenge starting January 8th, all for a chance to win $1,000. Farrell's combines kickboxing with inclusive strength training and nutrition planning to help you stay on track. Go to fxblincoln.com to sign up today. It's the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-week challenge starting January 8th with 2 locations in Lincoln.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstoRats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
When it's really cold and your furnace goes out, the last thing you need is somebody who just wants a piece of your checkbook. Several families were told they had a cracked heat exchanger and needed a new furnace. Fortunately, they called Bryant for a second opinion. Many were found to only need minor repairs. Anytime you need furnace repair, call the experts at Bryant first. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. We do whatever it takes.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Ed Orgeron joins us. You have told me before you have a genuine fondness for the state of Nebraska. Why is that?
I always liked Nebraska. Growing up, watching Nebraska, Monty Kiffin, Tom Osborne, the great teams there. I just always liked Nebraska. I just think it's a great school, great state, great football, tough, hard-nosed football players.
Early Break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, sewer and water underground repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. That's Select Plumbing at 402-560-6197.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
I'm Jetty Benson, president of the NSCA, and I'm asking for your help. We know the best learning for our kids happens when they are in classrooms, in person, with their classmates and teachers. To help keep our public schools open for in-person learning, please follow health and safety guidelines from medical experts. Working together, our students continue to learn, grow, and thrive.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
The likelihood that you're going to have a guy that's as talented or even a step up from what you shipped away in Adrian Martinez, right? That's slim. You're going to have to conform your offense, your game plan to this quarterback, and this quarterback and all those guys on that offensive side of the ball are going to have to buy in this season. And that's one thing, right, is that this coaching staff has to relay that message that there is no choice.
Yeah.
You're either bought in or we're going to do this thing without you.
Weekdays from 2 to 3 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
You're listening to One on One with DP, sponsored by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to 101. Rico, you were letting it rip
a little bit. Look, man, people get mad for like the smallest, most insignificant reasons, and I just don't understand it. Like, why you have multiple options for emotions in your life, and for multiple hours, multiple minutes, multiple seconds during any given day. Why you choose to be mad? For no reason. For no reason.
It's amazing. So
why are you mad?
This here's the thing, right? I came here to just hang out. I came to Lincoln to just hang out. Then fell in love with the people. Fell in love with the way they interacted and engaged, right? And to be around sports is a blessing. It's an absolute blessing to be around people who are trying to excel at their thing, right? And the people we're talking about are the top 1% of whatever it is we're talking about, right? We're talking about the top 1% of Huskers, right? Who perform at such a high level that most of us really don't sniff that air, right? If I'm talking about Scott Frost, there's respect attached to it because Scott Frost is doing a magnificent thing. It's a brilliant thing. Like all of even his failures are magnificent. So, and then with Fred Hoiberg, accomplished, right? He has excelled at this thing, right? If you're talking about Amy Williams, if you're talking about Will Bolt, if you're talking about like any of the coaches that we talk about, Mark Manning, that they are so exceptional in what they do they are to be applauded. No, yes, sports radio has entitled folks to critique those in excellence because it's required as a part of the conversation. I don't make the news. I simply report the news. And if a team is doing well, if I see something good, I say something good. If I see something not so good, I have to say something's not so good. And then on either case, we try to figure out why. Like, what are the mechanics of success? What are the mechanics of failure? There's no malice intended.
No.
There's like zero malice intended. That in the offseason, I can say that Nebraska football is going to win the Big Ten West if I line up enough things in the place, right? There. Until it's proven that it's not. And then I have to say, I was wrong, and it's another thing. But here's the thing. This station exists as a meeting place. I'll keep repeating this because people miss it. This is a meeting place. And if you're coming to the meeting place with a chip on your shoulder about who's hosting the party or who's attending the party or what the theme of the party is, it might not be the party. That's the problem.
Just be a better party.
Right? Like we're trying, like, to go out short notice, put together a new lineup again, right? Put together a new lineup and then try to make it so that it's a thing that's positive. The best way to do that in this space is to spend hours upon hours of talking to former Huskers and current Huskers to find out what's going on and then ask them to come and have those conversations on air for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we tried to do that, right? Which was to put former Huskers who have some success, high-level success, and have them share the stories of success. And then to have people go, well, I don't want to hear that. Okay, not my problem. Not my problem. You don't want to hear about the good times. Not my problem.
If Nebraska was 8-4, they would love the stories.
Right? Right. Like
that's the thing. If Nebraska was winning, they would love all of the stories of the former glory days because, like, we can get there again. But they're 3-9, so the glory days seem that much further away.
Well, but having standard bearers and standard keepers in the space is a helpful thing because it reminds you that it can be done. Like, there's a way. We know for a fact that there's a way for Nebraska football to be elite. You know why we know that? Because it happened. It happened. It actually exists. Now, when you talk about volleyball, we know that it can be great, so we should be familiar with it. We know that women's basketball can be great, right? We're seeing it. When it's good, we say it's good. When it's not good, we support it, but we also say it would be wonderful for this to be better. Now, when we talk about there's only 4 starters on defense, that's a statement of fact.
I can't change anything.
Do we know who the starting quarterback is? No.
No, sir.
We don't know. Do we know who the running backs coach is? No, we don't know. Nope. There are things that we don't know. So we ask the question. And here's the thing. You guys can come at me individually, like come at me as a person, but understand that here's the thing. All I want for you is to have a place where you can come and talk Husker sports, to talk sports in general. And then all I ask from it, remember, I don't charge you for it.
We should. We give such high
We
level.
don't charge you for it.
Such high level analysis. I think we should.
No, I kind of feel like it's that thing you go, you know what? I don't want to be attacked for trying to build sports radio in Lincoln, Nebraska. Like, I'm sorry. And then somebody, there's 3 different people who constantly tell me, DP, you need to be humble. First of all, that's not for you to say. Second of all, understand what humble is, because me being a man of Christ, I put my knee on the ground every day. Say, I humble myself in service. I'm serving this Lincoln community, this sports community. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing this for y'all. I could take my money, take my ball, and go home. That's not what I'm doing.
Please don't take your ball and call.
Right? Like, this is service. And then to work in service to bring you the people that you care about the most. Right? Bring you Husker players who can share their love of your university and your town and your state. And highlight it. Now, I'll also say this about me being humble. That's on me and my guy. How I feel about that matters more than how you feel about whether you think I'm humble or not. I come in and do service every day for you guys. And I'm proud of the staff. Mark Onweiler is amazing at what he does. Rico, I mean, you guys put yourself in place, man. Like, you guys put yourself in place. You guys sacrifice time you could spend with your family, with your kids, in your space, right? You guys come in and do this, and nobody's getting rich doing this. This is a labor of love. So why, if we give you voice, why would you just use it to bash and give pain? We're reporting news, and then we allow you. I literally asked how you felt about the program. And then the texts come in, and I'm not even reading all of them. The texts come in that, with DP, you're too negative. No. I'm the most positive person you know.
We're reading other people's thoughts. This isn't ours.
This ain't, you can't put this on me. So I'll say, look, maybe positive radio isn't for you. Maybe sports radio ain't for you. Look, I love everybody in this building. I love the people who interact and want to participate in a positive space. We're talking about sports. There's wins and losses. We don't have to agree. We do have to be decent. We should probably try to be kind. And Harold, I say, man, I really don't want to come on and preach. But I'll say this, I'm a grown man. I ask for very few things when it comes to how we engage, because I want to engage you the same way. I want to call you by name, right? I want to acknowledge you by name, right? I want to say, how are you today? Tell me what's up. That's what that's about. What's up? What's up with you? You having a good day? You having a bad day? Tell me you having a bad day without telling me you're having a bad day. Right? This new stuff. Look, if you're not paying attention to this lineup and this roster, this is a labor of love. Because let me tell you, the Huskers that came in, we've had 9 three-time national champions on this program that comes up from 11 to 2.
It's been a lot of winning,
right? A lot of win talk, right?
They were talking about their records,
yeah.
And the 3 years or 2 years, and they're just like, would you rather be 60-3 or was like 49-2 or something like that? It's just like,
right?
I mean, I'll take either,
right. Like this is so clear, right? I hope you guys listened last night to Aaron Davis and Chris Raff. I hope you heard how much they love Husker Nation and how important it is to them. And they shared some amazing stories. And if you're not paying attention to Bach and Strick, they're putting in superb work. Look, to have Nick and Rico, when they have other responsibilities, put themselves out for you guys, like to reach out and, you know what, it would be great. Let's hear Matt Coatney. And Matt saying, you know what, the fans do. Yeah. Fans want to hear me. I want to be heard.
And Matt was very appreciative of how many people he was amazed by how many people showed up.
Amazing.
And I didn't get a chance to ask him because he's very busy. But I wanted to ask him how crazy it was, because I was listening on the radio and there were points I couldn't hear him. Like he has the microphone, it's right there, and the crowd was so loud that you could not hear him say what he was trying to say. Like, that's how amazing it was.
Yeah, I just think we could build a community and a space in this community that should be welcoming to everybody, regardless of whatever ends of the spectrum you're into, right? In somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the common space, we should be able to engage in a decent adult way. That's all I'm asking for. I'll say this as well. So, again, I don't come here every day to bash my head against the wall or have my head bashed. I don't. I come in if I think something is funny, I'm going to laugh at it. Now, I had a texter just called in his opinion, my laugh and joking is disingenuous. Then you're not paying attention. Because we laugh all the time, because guess what? I would much rather laugh than be mad. That's just me. But that's okay. Feel how you feel. In this space, this is the last time I'll address it. Because I'm not going to read this other stuff. I'm just not. If you want your text read in my space, give me something good. Give me something good. I'll give you something good. If we don't laugh at the same things, my apologies. But if it's funny, I'm going to laugh out loud, because that's what we're supposed to be doing. We'll be right back.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, sewer and water underground repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. That's Select Plumbing at 402-560-6197.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, an easy track lawnmower, or gator, every piece of equipment in pre-owned inventory is put through a rigorous inspection so it's ready to work hard for you. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Learn more at landmarkimp.com or stop into a local Landmark location and experience the Landmark difference.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill has been your go-to in South Lincoln for years, and their second location in downtown Lincoln is now open. Rosie's downtown spot is Lincoln's premier Nebraska party bar with the Sidetrack Band every Friday night of home games and all day for Nebraska home football games. With 34 TVs that are 65 inches or bigger, you'll always have a great view for all the games. Make sure to check out the new Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, now open in downtown Lincoln at 10th and P.
You spend more time in your garage than outdoors in the wintertime. Isn't it time to get it organized? Call Travis at Classic Garage Solutions for his variety of organization packages. Turn your garage from a cluttered mess to a clean, organized space that will be the envy of the neighborhood and something you can be proud of. You don't need to bring the same clutter from last year into the new year. Travis has storage options for cabinets, monkey bar shelving, or slat wall, and more. Call Classic Garage Solutions today at 402-730-1638.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they're hiring for production operators at $21.72 an hour and other select jobs starting at $23.42 an hour, with wages growing up to $27.55 an hour. Continental also has salary jobs available with great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
The likelihood that you're going to have a guy that's as talented or even a step up from what you shipped away in Adrian Martinez, right? That's slim. You're going to have to conform your offense, your game plan to this quarterback, and this quarterback and all those guys on that offensive side of the ball are going to have to buy in this season. And that's one thing, right, is that this coaching staff has to relay that message that there is no choice.
Yeah.
You're either bought in or we're going to do this thing without you.
Weekdays from 2 to 3 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You could celebrate a Nebraska football win with chips or wings and your favorite beverage, but Beatrice Bakery has all sorts of cakes to celebrate all victories this fall. Coffee cake, breakfast bread, artisan cakes, and especially Grandma's fruit cake. No one remembers who brought the chips, but everyone remembers who brought the cake. Make your parties memorable and your Mondays at the office better with cakes from Beatrice Bakery. They ship nationwide. Check out BeatriceBakery.com. Proud sponsors of the Nebraska Shrine Bowl. Welcome to our world of yum.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Partly to mostly cloudy skies, bitterly cold conditions here for our Thursday, only topping out near 11 with a northwest wind at 10 to 15. That will promote wind chill values well below zero for much of the day. Tonight, a low of around 5 as warmer air tries to move in, and we will be slightly warmer tomorrow with a high of 23. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're struggling to get motivated to work out, you're not alone, and Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is here to help. Build muscle, burn fat, and lose weight with Farrell's 10-week challenge starting January 8th, all for a chance to win $1,000. Farrell's combines kickboxing with inclusive strength training and nutrition planning to help you stay on track. Go to fxblincoln.com to sign up today. It's the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-week challenge starting January 8th with 2 locations in Lincoln.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, presented by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Final segment of One-on-One. Clean palate. The palate is cleansed. I'm in good. Cleveland Mike, man, we always say your name. We appreciate it. We love doing that. Tater, appreciate you, brother. Harold Spears, man, thank you, kind sir. Jeremy, love you, brother. Appreciate what that is. Scott, thank you. We're trying to get a lineup that you guys want to listen to. Harold says, haters going to hate. That's what they do. Amen, brother. Cheeseburger, I love how honest you are. And for me, I may poke fun at the Huskers, but that's because I'm past the point of disappointment with the program, and it's almost laughable. Keep it up, DP. Enrico, I would rather laugh than cry. That's just me. That's just me. The basketball fan says, what's up? What's up, the basketball fan? Just keep doing what you love, all you have done with the station. I hope someday meet you in person. Stop by the station and say hi. Man, look, the door's open. Come on in here.
But you better not leave it open, man. It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
And yes, Cheeseburger, I'm gonna keep complaining about the cold.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna call him out now. Cheeseburger said, Rico needs to stop complaining about the cold. Why don't you come work outside with me? That's why I have this job. That is why I do not work outside, Cheeseburger. Maybe you shouldn't be working outside.
But necessary.
But you know what? It's necessary, and
He's
I appreciate
doing the
you.
necessary. Yeah, we do appreciate you, brother.
But I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, no, we're not. Let's bring in Rashawn 3 times. We gotta introduce you like we do like Booker T. 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. 3-time national champion. First of all, young sir, you crushed it yesterday.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
At least that's what we've heard.
Yeah, you crushed yesterday. And what I love about you is that you set a standard and you want to exceed the standard. So what have you done today? What sort of tasty menu of Husker talk have you put together today, sir?
And listen, I just, there's something about talking to people that I just love to do.
Mm-hmm.
It gets me excited. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. It gets me excited and happy to talk about people who have that same type of spirit. But for today, listener fans, we're going to go a different direction, okay? We're going to talk to John McMenamin,
okay,
head coach of the Wayne State Wildcats.
You give me 2 minutes with him because I got 2 players he needs to sign.
Listen, that's why that's exactly why we're
right.
here.
We got 2 players he needs to sign.
That's why we're here.
Okay, all right. We're going to talk to him. I'll hold him hostage if we need to.
That's why we're here.
What else you got? What else?
And then I couldn't sleep. Well, I didn't sleep well last night. Drove up and seen a couple people up in Wayne, and I was driving back and I'm just trying to think of, why do I feel like something was missing yesterday to that whole piece?
Mm-hmm.
And I figured it out. I got to bring Sheldon Jackson back for part 2.
Unfinished business. Unfinished business, man. We know how that is, right?
Got to have it.
Right. And as if that wasn't enough. What else you got?
I mean, if we talking about, kind of before we talk about that, let me go back. We also going to have a special guest. And you know what? I'm not going to tell them about today, who we trucking with.
Okay.
But tomorrow's show, don't want
drum roll
to miss it. Here's why.
Talk to me.
Okay, we're gonna have and I just got a call from Big Will. Big Will actually has to take a flight, so we're gonna have to flop the times.
It's okay.
We're gonna have All-American, former Arizona Cardinal, and Graham. Captain in 1995
Bring him on, man.
will be in the building on the phone.
Handle that, man.
Man, it's coming.
Handle that.
And then we got Will Shields.
Yeah.
The interesting fact. Let me ask you a question about if you know about Will Shields. How many games in a row did Will Shields play in his NFL career?
All of them.
I don't know how many it is, but yes.
That's what I love about him. He knows sports, okay? Because I was ready. I was equipped. I got more.
All of
but he played every single game in his NFL career. He was a 6-time in a row Pro Bowler. I listen, man. Will Shields will be on with us at 1:30.
That's a lineup, is what that is. We're gonna go to the Honda Lincoln Hotline. Tom has something for us. Tom, what's up?
I just wanted to give you guys a positive outlook and a long distance hug and high five. I think you're doing an outstanding job. I want you to remember we're in the middle of a pandemic, okay, which is pretty sad. Our Husker fan base, in my opinion, is pretty much 85% alcoholics because we live in Lincoln, Nebraska. You guys are taking calls in the morning from alcoholics that are hungover from another beatdown last night. Our football team sucks, yes. Our basketball team sucks, yes. But don't blame it on the co-host or the host. So I love you guys. Hang in there. Don't listen to the crap from the hangover people, and be good.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Tom, go ahead and take him to church, man.
He said from the hangover people. What is it? 95% alcohol.
Oh, that's
Man,
spectacular.
Tom putting his stamp on it.
Oh man,
It's not it's not my fault.
It's not my fault.
Did I do that? No.
No. It wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me. We'll end this one on a high note. I just want to say I'm appreciative of this fan base. The listeners, this is part of why we made a decision to move here, is that people who love their program, and they fully love the program. We're all going to figure out how to root together for the same thing when it's good and when it's bad. We'll figure that out. We'll work that out. I'm just here to help you break it down. For Sean and friends, up next, I'm going to hang for the first hour just because I like the dude, and I'm mad he didn't bring me more food.
This is